I propose a toast to my dear wife of 38 years and to her retirement and to seeing a lot more.
36 years, Bruce.
It only feels like 38.
36.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seems like 38.
Yeah. To him. Yeah.
Well, Michele, I mean, if I were a Brit, I would say, well done. I'm going to go with that. But I'm not a Brit.
Thank you, Tina.
And in our undergraduate curriculum, we claim, that's how you arrive, that we have a radio, television, and film concentration. But we only gave short shrift to radio. I mean, I think we offered a course in radio broadcasting about 100 years ago.
I think it was 100 years ago.
Yes. But after you arrived, radio, along with your colleagues, is now as parity. I mean, it may be even better than television and film, but anyway, and that certainly has parity, and thanks to you, we have Truth on Monday now in our department.
We can claim radio with pride.
That's true.
Okay, I guess I have something to say as well. Toast to Michele. The email Bruce sent out actually asked for a roast. Unfortunately, don't worry, Michele, I cannot figure out a way to roast you. When I think of a roast, I think of like the Comedy Central roasts of William Shatner and Roseanne Barr, and who else did they roast? Right, like kind of this riffraff on TV, and I don't.
Justin
Bieber. Yeah, Justin
Riff-raff.
Bieber. Like I find. Did I say Bieber? Justin Bieber. You know, I find it difficult to sort of fit you with sort of that roastable.
Thank you, Derek. And you could stop right there.
Bruce, I could roast.
Bruce. I'm beginning to regret that.
Michele, I don't know why you put this on your
Oh my God, it's
on your
come back.
table of giveaway things. Well, don't worry, you don't get it back.
Okay.
Because this clock, like I used to look at this when we would have meetings in your office and think about sort of like, you know, how very Michele. Because I think this clock here speaks to sort of your interest in the popular, your interest in the ordinary, your interest in things that are kind of goofy, or in this case, Mickey. And you know that this was always something that I really treasured about our relationship and our friendship, is being able to talk about just kind of some really goofy stuff, like talking about Battlestar Galactica when the final season of that was on. Like we were getting really excited about. We were.
Derek, what is goofy about Battlestar?
Well, I don't know. Well, we were talking about how to get Bruce to watch it.
That is true. That is a good idea. Yeah, that didn't work. But, yeah.
But I mean, in sort of thinking about you as sort of sophisticated, at least to the degree that might mean like aloof or like detached, I think it's also, you know, I think back to, you know, your relationship with children, particularly my children. I remember when we left for Texas, you were there at like the 7 a.m. like coffee that we had before we were leaving for the airport, and you were there to see our kids, and you brought these gifts then, and then like when we came back to Wisconsin, you had like a grandmother, right? Like, you had this backlog of gifts to present to us, as if you had missed all these special occasions, and you've sort of done the same with Annika. And Bruce, I know, sort of fell in love with Dahlia, and so in that way, you know, that's certainly not detached and aloof. That's, you know, sort of the most grounded, down to earth sort of people that you could be. So I just want to thank you, Michele, and thank you, Bruce, as well, for all the good times and the good food and drinks, and just to say thanks.
I will second that. Thank you. But you know, we have to. I think I have to say this about Bruce. That it's true that you know, you've had a huge impact on this whole community as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, the thing that we always think of, amongst many other, you know, the meals that we've hosted, the parties that we've given, and various things. But I think the lasting legacy is the 3-hour rule. This has now become. I mean, people are quoting it back to me. You know, there's a 3-hour rule here. And I said, yeah, in the sky. Yes.
Yeah.
The 3-hour rule. You know, the parties last 3 hours, and this is particularly for, you know, when you have the graduate student gatherings, they're going to stay all night unless you say there's 3 hours. I remember particularly a time on Chamberlain Avenue at our old house, where it was, 3 hours, and I looked up and Bruce was just genially standing by the front door, holding it wide open, and sort of smiling. I was like, okay, time to go now.
Well, that's when I found a grad student in the kitchen opening the cabinet to see what else there was to
I would say that I'm the luckiest person in the room because I get to be her daughter, and she's been a role model for me, my entire life, I guess. And I just remember in particular how she would carve out time for Mommy Daughter Dog Day.
We had a mother-daughter dog.
Yes.
Mother-daughter dog days. We had 2 dogs.
That's right, and we would go out and just drive into the Wisconsin countryside with our 2 dogs in the car and hang out for the day, and it was really fun. And now that I'm a mom, I'm like thinking about a lot of these things that she did for me and that I hope to emulate, because I couldn't have wished for a better mom. And I'm very proud of you.
Well, I have a toast, which I'm going to read, because otherwise I'm going to cry. But I'm probably crying anyhow, so. So, this is to my dear friend, Michele. So, Michele, the deal was that we were going to grow old together. We were going to sit on your deck watching the water, sipping martinis, or
As
glasses
if.
of wine.
Judy's never sipped a martini.
Right. Reminiscing about the kids, the dogs, the play dates on Chamberlain. I didn't even know you were going to be here, I'm so excited. And Summit Avenue. That incredible group of little girls who all grew up, got married, and made us grandmothers. In our dotage, we were going to share photo after boring photo after boring photo of our grandchildren. We were going to play Scrabble together, read the paper together, watch movies together, and take long walks with our new knees together. This has been my dream for many years. Well, the deck has been sold. I would still like to find a way to grow old with you, though it will be a bit trickier now. I love you for your wisdom, your calm, your stories, your generosity, your daughter and your husband. Thank you for your friendship over these past 23 years. Let's aim, be it in New York or Madison or Florida, for another 23 years together.
Absolutely. Thank goodness the rest of you, our good friends, are staying here in Madison, because it gives us a good excuse and a good reason to come back here and visit often, which we plan to do. So anyway, here's to this group. It's been a wonderful community. We're going to miss you all a lot. Cheers. And enough with the sad stuff then.